everyone, welcome back. It's me again, Tika the Cosmic Witch here. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you were watching this video right after the weekly download, then shout outs to you. Thank you. First and foremost, hello Sagittariuses, happy solar return. The party has finally started, thank God. Oh my goodness. I felt like Scorpio season was so long and just so painful. I learned a lot during Scorpio season, and it wasn't all painful. Like, no, there were some really great things too, but my gosh, did it not feel long. Like, wow. So happy soul return first and foremost to the Sagittarius that are watching. Love you guys so much. Love you guys so much. This video, we haven't guessed, is going to be about the new moon in Sagittarius happening today on the Tuesday on the 26th of November. Now, this is going to be happening at 10:06 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yes, I'm looking at the chart. I have the chart right in front of me because you guys know I like to give you guys all the details. So I'll be ensuring that I am giving you guys everything that you need to manifest and prepare yourselves for this shift. Now, again, that is Eastern Standard Time. So if you're looking for what time the new moon actually rises or commences on your side of the planet, Google is your friend, okay? So I'm going to go right into the aspects. It's probably going to take me quite some bit of time to explain all of it, so I'm going to do my best to power through it for you guys. The cats, the familiars, are a little bit more calmed down now. There was some weird activity happening earlier, so I might be a little bit distracted, but I'm going to give you guys all the details regardless. So first and foremost, the new moon in Sagittarius is going to be taking place under the 11th house. Now, the 11th house is naturally ruled by Aquarius, okay? That Aquarian, Uranus, quick, electrifying energy. So for those of you who are Aquariuses or have Aquarius's moon, suns, or rising signs, definitely look to see where it sits in your chart, because that is going to be triggered right now during this shift. For those of you who obviously have Sagittarius energy in your chart, again, look to see where in your chart it is, because that is also going to be triggered. Now, Sagittarius is naturally ruled by the 9th house. So if you want to know what exactly in your life is possibly going to be triggered and things you're going to see as themes throughout this next shift period, definitely look to see what's in the 9th house for you, because that is what's going to be activated as well. And last but not least, Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet that rules Sagittarius, okay? That's why it's so damn big. So really ensure that you're also checking to see where Jupiter lies in your chart, because these are the themes that are going to be activated and triggered for you. So for me, for example, in my 9th house, I have basically all of my personal planets. My Mercury, my Pluto, my North Node, my Jupiter, and my Venus are all sitting in the 9th house ruled by Scorpio for me. So there's a lot of energy there for me that's going to be activated. I don't really know what it means yet. There's been a lot of new things activated for me recently, so I have no idea, but I know to expect some sort of shift in those areas of my life, because I know that's where my planets sit in the 9th house, okay? So you guys definitely want to do the same for yourselves. Now, with it sitting in the 11th house, though, at the time of the actual new moon, this is giving me the sense that we are going to see our manifestations that we are setting as bigger picture manifestations, because hello, Sagittarius energy is all about seeing the bigger picture, your knowledge, philosophy, asking those ridiculous questions like to be or not to be, what is the purpose of life, where do babies come from, all these like ridiculous questions that people ask themselves daily, or not so daily on some of the other questions I gave as examples, but you get my point. This is the energy we are working with. So when we are setting our intentions, you guys, make sure that you are not just setting short-term intentions, but long-term goals too, because Sagittarius energy, again, is all about the bigger picture. So take the breadcrumbs you've received throughout the year from eclipse season, from retrograde seasons that have passed, and what is the bigger picture here? What is the mosaic frame here? What is to be filled? What is the bigger picture being created here? And that's really going to help you setting your intentions. If you have your tarot cards, you have your oracle cards, you can definitely also ask your cards, ask your guides, ask whatever you use to divine, and ask, okay, what are my long-term goals that I should be focusing on right now, and how close am I to them manifesting, and what steps do I have to take to allow them to manifest? Because that is the energy we are working under right now, and I will continue with more as to why I'm saying long-term goals in a second. Yes, I'm talking about the 11th house, and yes, I am saying long-term goals, but also these goals are going to be activated very quickly because it is happening under the 11th house, okay? And the moon is sitting at 4 degrees of Sagittarius when this is happening. So as we know, the number 4 is all about stability. It's all about equality on all sides. Okay, so I'm also seeing that there's going to be some serious stability being made and us rebalancing what is necessary to allow those long-term goals to flourish. Okay? Wow. Now, to go with that moon, the moon is also trying to Chiron at this moment, and Chiron is still sitting in retrograde in Aries now. So Chiron is in Aries in retrograde at the moment of this new moon. So there's a sense of, okay, I know I have these long-term goals I want to hit, but what are my fears that are stopping me from making those things happen, and how can I overcome them? And I'm saying this because there's a sense that our egos will be tested and maybe feeling attacked because we're afraid of taking those steps forward, and we will allow these things to, hold us back from actually moving forward with these things because we decide in our heads that we're not good enough and it won't happen. It's too big of a plan. It doesn't make any sense. You don't know what you're gonna do. It doesn't matter. Just do it. Just do the damn thing, okay? So we're also seeing that. Now, aside from that, it's actually a really quiet new moon, you guys, and that makes a lot of sense considering the weekly download I just delivered to you guys and received from the guys as well. Yes, it's a new moon, and normally we like to get to work around those times, but this is going to be a very much more so calming, relaxing, and more of a journaling type new moon, which again makes sense because Sagittarius, but I will continue to explain what I mean there. So as we know, we do have Mercury conjunct to Mars, which is really awesome because this is allowing us to really take our words that we are speaking to existence and really running with it and ensuring that it's coming to fruition and ensuring that we are allowing ourselves to be followed through. So when we're setting these intentions, are you aligning yourself to those intentions, or are you just setting them and walking away and saying, I trust in the divine, I'm gonna surrender now and do absolutely nothing to help myself get there? Which one are you doing? So with the conjunct of Mercury to Mars, that's really gonna help with us. Now Mercury is still in Scorpio, now it's direct, so this is really helpful for us because now we are in a space where we are very, in tune still. We are very much so aligned. Our thinking is much more clear now. There's less fog happening in our minds right now. So any actions you take now is really going to align with, one, your intuition and your gut and your spirit, your higher self, okay? Now, at the time of these things, Mercury is currently sitting in the 10th house, which has to do again with our long-term goals, sitting in Scorpio, whereas Mars is just on the line of the 9th house at the time. So the actions that we're going to be taking are going to be big and very dramatic, probably have a grand entrance with them, with these projects that we're working on or goals, what have you. But those intentions that we are setting, because again, Mercury is sitting in the 10th house, we are speaking our long-term goals into existence, and the actions that we are taking to allow them to happen is going to be very grand, because this grand picture requires grand movement. Makes sense, right? Okay, good. Now, Miss Jupiter is going to be sitting in the 12th house with Venus. So yes, Venus is in Capricorn, but Jupiter is sitting on the 28th degree of Sagittarius while this new moon is happening. And so Sagittarius will be in the 12th house. So this is us, again, diving deep into our mindsets, going deep into ourselves. And yes, I know you guys are thinking, guys, oh my gosh, Martika, how many times are we gonna have to go deep within ourselves? The answer is every goddamn day. Every day. But with this new moon, we are still in the shadow period of Mercury retrograde. So keep that in mind as well. Just because the retrograde is done doesn't mean the work is done. We are still in the shadow space. We are still in that shadow time period. We are still, some of you are still in limbo until the shift occurs. So allow yourself to still do that work, to go within and listen to what your guides and ancestors and universe is telling you, okay? Because right now they're screaming at me, so you're already listening. So with Jupiter sitting in the 12th house, the 12th house is naturally ruled by Pisces. So we are really taking this overall huge, massive thinking of the bigger picture and the philosophical approaches we want to take with these things, and really diving deep with those within our subconscious. So you can really see yourself this week really asking those hard questions about your existence, about the life path you're on. Are you even on the right life path? Are the people in your life allowing you to be in that right life path, or are they pulling you away from that? And what does that look like for you? Okay, so these are the kind of things we can see ourselves asking. Now, Jupiter and Venus are making this magnificent, beautiful energy of being conjunct together. So the grand abundance of Jupiter is working with Venus, who is now sitting in Capricorn. Now, Venus in Capricorn is really great because it allows us to ensure that whatever we are being attracted to, it's also going to benefit us, it's going to be invested in us, and we are also essentially investing in ourselves and the people that we are, allowing ourselves to be around. We are ensuring that they are long-term investments that are actually going to help us align high to our higher selves and align better to our goals and intentions that we have set. So, with that being said, the things that you are calling into your life, the intentions that you are setting, it needs to be realistic. It needs to have a realistic plan. Capricorn is sometimes a little bit of a Debbie Downer, but they're really good at having a realistic plan, and that's why their shit always goes through, because they have realistic plans. And we now need to apply that same thinking while being in Sagittarius season and applying that right now in the new moon energy. Okay, so yes, so Venus is sitting in Capricorn along in the 12th house with Jupiter. So again, there's also the sense of potential karma with our relationships and karmic patterns coming forth to the front in regards to, our self-identity and, us not feeling like we are a part of something bigger than ourselves. And a lot of us might be even looking to join new groups, new fitness groups, meeting up with new friends, really pushing ourselves to new comfort levels and limits so that we are able to grow and expand and allow ourselves to really expand the intentions we've set and expand our mindset so we can prepare ourselves for the next level as well. Now, Pluto is sitting as well in the first house with Saturn, both in Capricorn at the time of this moon as well. So within ourselves, we can really see ourselves feeling as though there's a necessity for change, destruction, and rebirth in something new. And again, because it's sitting in the first house, it's going to have to do with your personal behaviors, the taboo things. What taboo things, what shadow parts of yourself are you still indulging in right now? And how is it helping you, or how is it hurting you? Okay, and the reason why I asked those two questions is because we also have Saturn sitting there with Pluto. So again, Pluto is all about power and Saturn's all about control. So with those two things sitting in the first house, what power and control do you have over yourself? Where does your center of power and control sit? Does it sit within you, or is it outside of you? Like the institutions, okay? Where is your center of power and control? And is it your anchor of spirituality as well, or is it something different? And how can you make those things more aligned? Now, we have Mercury making a beautiful trine still with Neptune as well at the time of this new moon. So really ensure that we are diving deep in that dream work, because hello, Mercury in Scorpio, Venus also, now in Capricorn. So with Mercury trine to Neptune, we are seeing ourselves to go deeper with our dream work, our journaling, still doing lots of journaling. We've been journaling all through Mercury retrograde. We're still journaling now. So please, please, please continue to write your dreams. This is just like a part 5 of the 20 part saga we have of this shift, okay? So yes, you probably had some bits and pieces of dreams that have come through for you earlier on in the month when we had Mercury retrograde starting on Halloween. And now that that retrograde is done, and now we're going to the shadow side, you're still going to see parts of those dreams and parts of those questions you had from your subconscious now starting to, fill in the blanks because of that trine being made from Mercury to Neptune. And the great thing is too, because we are really connected to our intuition at this time, we are really ensuring that the intentions that we are setting, they are coming from our heart, and they're really here for the greatest good. Now, again, your plan needs to be realistic, so make sure that you are still staying grounded and you're not too much in the sky and not that you can be too optimistic, but don't go overboard to the point where you're actually allowing yourself to fail, okay? Oh my gosh, there's so much coming in, you guys. Okay, now we also have a trine to Venus with Jupiter and to Uranus. So this is great because that massive amount of abundance and blessings that Jupiter and Venus are bringing together already because they are conjunct is now creating a trine with Uranus. And so Uranus bringing that quick Aquarian energy and bringing things to us swiftly and quickly to the forefront, we are going to see that happen even more now. So again, the intentions that you're setting and the goals that you're setting for yourself for this cycle, it's going to be a very quick change, and it's going to happen relatively overnight almost. It's going to feel like you're gonna be like, I just did that. How is this already happening? Just believe it and just trust it, and don't try to control it too much. Again, power and control is in our first house right now during this new moon, so don't try to control the results no matter how quickly they are happening. Trust that it is in the right time frame for you. Trust the timing of the divine right now. It can surprise you right now because of how quickly it's happening. It doesn't matter. Still trust it, okay? Now we also have an opposition to Uranus to Mars at the time of the new moon. So you might see some tension from other people trying to hold you back in regards to the intentions and goals that you're trying to set. And I say other people because we have Uranus sitting in the third house at the time, which is normally naturally ruled by by Gemini. And then we have Mars sitting in the ninth house. So this person or thing, these obstacles can really come into play of distracting us from the bigger picture. But just remember again that it's just a test in the universe and you'll be fine. Just continue to follow your plan that you have for yourself, okay? That's really, 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 really important. Now, there's a few squares and trines happening with Chiron as well. So Chiron is square to Jupiter, it's also square to Venus, and there's a trine to Chiron with the moon and the sun. So there's a sense of some serious overcoming of fears and overcoming the fear that you're not worthy of these gifts and that you're not worthy of these long-term goals being set and coming to fruition for you in the real 3D realm. And if we don't go through that shadow work now, still, it could still be there. You don't have to admit it. It's okay. I know it's still there. Spirit knows it's still there, so it's fine. You don't have to admit it to me. But if we don't go through those processes now and try to work through it, it can affect our mindset. And if our mindset's not in the game and we have all the right tools, all the right herbs, all those great things, if our mindset's not in the game, you guys, it's going to blow up in our faces. So again, this new moon, take your time setting your intentions. These are intentions not just for the moon cycle, but for the next year perhaps, okay? As we get closer and closer and closer to the holidays, we're also going to be very distracted in the 3D realm from our relatives, our loved ones, our friends, our coven, etc., who is pulling us in these ways to celebrate Christmas or Yule or whatever it is that you guys celebrate, okay? So allow yourself to take the time now to set these intentions because they really will help you. And if you're doing them now, the mindset you're going to be in is going to be a lot less clouded and full of stress and anxiety that the holidays can sometimes bring. Plus, eclipse season also happens around the holidays, so it's really important that we're actually doing this now because eclipse season is going to allow us, we're going to need to be preparing for the next year during eclipse season a little bit differently than what we are doing now, okay? So that is all I have to say about the chart. That is what I have to say about the movements. There's a lot of stuff going on here to do with our subconscious mind, our overall, bigger picture, which makes a lot of sense. So we'll be doing a lot of deep thinking in regards to what's working, what's not working, what makes sense for this long-term goal, what steps you need to take to bring yourself close to that long-term goal, and how it's going to manifest. Okay, so now we are going to get into the cards, okay? So I'm using the same cards as I pulled from the previous video. So I'm using the Moonology Oracle deck, the Rider-Waite's deck, tarot deck, and of course the Wild Unknown deck as well. Now, from the Moonology deck this time, we have a fixed moon saying, hold your vision. And I really see this as us ensuring that we are taking the time to pause and reflect, and that power and control, and having the power and control to hold our vision for what it really is, and trusting that it can come to fruition, but really believing in that vision and holding it to be true and getting our mindset right. This is very much so connected to the square to Chiron that I was speaking about before. Now, with that card, we also have the New Moon Eclipse card again. This card has been pulled so many times, you guys. Just so many powerful changes happening. And it's because of the portals that are being opened. It's because of the shifts that are happening. It's because of the planets going direct. All the planets will be going direct very soon, as I mentioned before. So yes, powerful change is coming. But remember that the energy is gaining momentum. So we also have the waxing moon here with us. So yes, powerful change is coming, but we need to hold our vision and trust it to be true, because it's coming to fruition right now as we speak. It is brewing right now, okay? Just trust it. Now, to support those cards, we have the Hermit card. Okay, we have the Six of Wands here. We have the Five of Swords here. The Mother of Swords. Oops, can't really see her. The Magician, of course. The Chariot, again, I just pulled this card in a different video, wow. And also the Seven of Swords, because what would be a new moon shift without deception in the air? Okay, so are you the one holding yourself back? Are you the one who's, talking yourself out of it, trying to sneak away from your success, trying to sneak away from the idea that you can be successful? Are you the one deceiving yourself, or is somebody else doing it to you? I'm getting this heavy influence that it's you doing it to yourself, and you're not even realizing it. Your subconscious is tricking you into not becoming successful, and you're not even realizing it, okay? And it's because you're not holding your vision. It's because you're not believing that you are worthy of this blessing. And I get it, okay? The Six of Wands is here. You've just come from a really tough time. You've just come out of the ashes. You were just reborn. So, oh my gosh, Martika, really? Another test? Yes, another test. This is what this is about. We've been knowing this. I get it. You've gone through some stuff. I get it. We all have. But you gonna stop now because of that? Did you only come this far to only come this far? No, you did not. So, it's okay. It's okay to be a little concerned. It's okay to, be a little hesitant, but don't deceive yourself and talk yourself out of something, okay? We have the Chariot here, again, and we have the Magician here saying, listen, you have the power. You have the control. You have the control, you have the power. This is Pluto, this is Saturn in the first house speaking to us. You have the power and you have the control. You have the power to guide the situation as you choose to. You have the power to pull your cart accordingly. It's totally up to you which direction you take at this point. You have the control in your hands. Everything that you need is sitting right in front of you. You are the altar. You are the broomstick. You are the crystals, you are the herbs, you're the apothecary, you are all of it. You have all of it within you, Okay, you have the power, you have the control within you to manipulate the situation accordingly, like a true light worker slash witch slash bruja slash warlock slash brujo. So make it happen. Less bitchin', more witchin', and make your shit happen, okay? You have the power, you have the control, you have the power, so just do it. Stop deceiving yourself. I understand you've gone through some stuff, but stop deceiving yourself. You have the power, okay? The Mother of Swords is here to tell you, you know, get your ish together, girl. Be a little bit more analytical, you know, sitting in this pool of sadness and, oh, woe is me, and oh, I'm just scared and it's not gonna work. Well, damn, if you're scared, nothing's gonna happen anyway. Be analytical. What changes do you have to make right now? What can you do differently? How can you approach your intentions differently this time around? If you've been writing down the same intentions for the past 6 months and things aren't moving, what can you do differently? Do you need to be a little bit more strict with your time? Spirit is saying, yes, you do. It's time to separate yourself from the group a little bit. You've been heavily influenced a little bit by them, and maybe they're the reason why you've been kind of deceiving yourself from your own power and control over your own situation. But it's time to really separate yourself and be within yourself, okay? The Hermit is here. Go inside your shell and allow yourself to just speak to your subconscious, speak to your higher self, speak to the spirits, speak to your guides, speak to your ancestors, and ask, what now? You've gone to people and they're not really helping you. So go within yourself and get those answers, because that's the only way you're gonna find them anyway, right? Right. Okay, so this new moon, it's really about going within and remembering that, yes, I have the control. Yes, I have the power. What is that power? How do I regain that power again? How do I regain that power again from rising from the ashes? How do I allow these wings that I've now been given to allow me to fly? Because you have the wings, but you might not even be flying right now. You're still scared to fly away. You want to stay in your cocoon, in your shell, and hide. Well, no, it's not time to do that, okay? It's time to rise. But first, we need to separate ourselves from the outside world a little bit, go within our shell, and really just listen to what the universe is telling us, okay? And remembering that we are the shit, all right? Be a little bit more strict with your time. This is the Venus in Capricorn speaking. Who are you attracted to? Who is attracting, what is your energy attracted to right now? And is it going to help your long-term goals? No? Then cut it. Literally cut it. Okay? No more deceiving ourselves. No more of this, oh, well, I'm not sure. Let me just go over here and be by myself. No, we're not doing that anymore. It's time for us to hold our vision and trust it for what it truly is, and understand that, yes, there is a powerful change coming, but it's not going to come overnight. It's going to take some time. It's going to happen relatively quickly, most likely, but it's still going to take some time to develop, and it's gaining a lot of momentum right now. It is literally brewing right now. You can't just be running away, okay? It's not time to run away. It's not time to, you know, deceive yourself and talk yourself out of it. It's time to stay, okay? Stay where you are and hold that vision, because it is coming to fruition. All you need to do is separate yourself a little bit from the crowd, okay? Go within a little bit more and ask the questions you need to ask. Be analytical, be practical. What do you really need to change about this for this to work out for you, okay? You've gone through some BS already. No more of this no more karma, no more repeating these things. It's time to evolve now, for real, for real. So what are you doing now to make that happen? Well, first and foremost, you have to remember that you have the power and that you can create the reality that you choose to have. And remembering that power and the control that you have over your situation and making it work for you. So yes, there's some quick divine masculine energy in the air, absolutely. But at the same time, we need to make sure that we're not just charging really quickly with this deception and this, you know, the self-doubt we have in our minds, but, you know, going within and figuring all that out, okay, that those fears that we have, figuring that shit out first, then plotting after thinking about it and being, you know, practical with it, then writing it out, then setting the intentions, then making the magic happen, and then allowing that stuff to just run and come alive. And it will come alive. It's going to be a powerful change. It really is. But we need to just allow it to continue to grow momentum, okay? Allow it to brew still, allow it to brew. It's still brewing. But you got to trust it. You got to hold it there first. You got to meet it halfway. Okay? Yes, Shiva, I agree. Okay, you guys, so that is what I have to say about the new moon in Sagittarius. There's going to be a lot of really great energy for us to work with, but we really need to ensure that we are not going to be overwhelmed by it, but really following our intuition, really following our higher self, and not being triggered by all this intensity, and really just kind of going back on our shell for a little bit. It's okay to go on your shell for a little bit and figure out what it is that you need to do to allow your long-term goals to come to fruition in a way that works for you and that you have the power and control to do it. All right, so I'm gonna cut this video here because as you can see, Shiva is getting himself into some stuff that he shouldn't. So I'm gonna let you guys go, but thank you so much for tuning in. If this video was helpful, if this message resonated with you, please go ahead and comment and like it, and subscribe please to YouTube so that you are not missing these other long videos, because this one will not be added to Instagram. So we really ensure that you're also subscribed so you can see all the videos that are happening, okay? So happy new moon, you guys. Good luck with this energy. I will see you in my next video. One more thing I want to say is that there is the Venetian goddess bath soak that is ready for you guys. So if you're looking to use that bath soak for the next new moon or for the next upcoming shifts, go ahead and order some, because we will have some in stock from the Black Cat Apothecary. It is so delicious, you guys. There's so much abundance just seeping out of these bath soaks. Oh my God, I put my all into it, so I hope you guys enjoy them. And anyway, I just want to let you guys know about that, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.